Hey, what's up everybody? Too Tall Toby here, and before I show my video attempt at this month's leaderboard speed modeling challenge, I just wanted to go over some basics for anyone who hasn't been here before. So to participate in this challenge, you're gonna go to tootalltoby.com/leaderboard. You're gonna see here at tootalltoby.com/leaderboard on the main page, there is a video explaining all of the rules of this challenge, so you can make sure that when you do it, you are doing it the right way. You can see that down at the bottom is the leaderboard itself, which includes all of the runs from people who have submitted runs this month, including the video recording of their run. And you can see here in the middle, there's a link to the 3 drawings that you're gonna use for this challenge. So you have to draw this part, and then this part, and then this part. You have to draw them exactly accurate, and you have to do the whole thing while using this clock. So that is the leaderboard challenge. Now, the most important thing about the leaderboard challenge is before you get started, make sure you go up here to your profile, say edit profile, and make sure that you're selecting the correct CAD system that you're using. And by the way, you can submit using different CAD systems, and each run will stand on its own. So if you're a wizard in 2 different CAD systems, you could actually end up getting first place and second place on this month's leaderboard. Now, when you're done recording your run, you have to make sure you go down here to monthly leaderboards in your profile, and you have to make sure that you paste a link to the recording of your run. So you can see here that recently I did a run in 10 minutes and 43 seconds, but there's no link to the video. So if we go back to the leaderboard, you can see here's that run, 10 minutes and 43 seconds, but there's no link to the video. So now I'm gonna process this video, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, I'm gonna add the link there in my profile, and then my video will show up on the leaderboard. All right, that's the basics of this challenge. Good luck to everyone who chooses to participate in this challenge. And next, we're gonna see my attempt at this month's leaderboard speed modeling challenge. All right, everybody, here we go. Using ONSHAPE to run the May Too Tall Toby Speed Modeling Leaderboard Challenge. Let's go. Start. Gonna start by creating a new document here. I'm just gonna call this 1, kind of keep things moving along. And for this first challenge, I'm going to create a sketch here on the top plane. So let's get normal 2. And I'm gonna create a circle, diameter 66, and then I'll create that internal circle as well. Make that 42. And I'm gonna create a rectangle to create that kind of front nose area that's sticking out. So this is gonna be 22 by 70. And then I'm gonna create a line here to make it a little bit easier to mirror. So I can just draw half the model, a line that comes over, and then a final line that comes down here. And this is gonna account for the gap in that kind of front nose section at 4 millimeters. So now we're ready to take that geometry and extrude it. And it's gonna extrude this set of sketch regions, and they're going to go up to a height of 41. And now I'm ready to add a fillet. So I'm going to jump into the fillet command. We're going to say that this is 30, and that's going to be on this edge here. And then I'm going to do Shift Enter so that I jump into the fillet command again, and I can add a fillet of 15 here. So Shift Enter to quick repeat that command. Now I'm ready to start a new sketch here on the top plane, and we're going to create this shape. A line that comes off of here, tangent, a line that comes down to a distance of 24, a line that comes back and kind of touches off on this edge here. And we're going to make sure that these edges are part of that sketch as well. And we want to make sure that this is tangent. Let's pick these 2 and press T to make that tangent. And then a line that comes over from the origin at a distance of 49.5 with a 12 millimeter circle on the end of that end point. And then we're ready to jump into some dimensions. So this dimension here is going to be 66.5. And we're going to have an angle dimension here for that tangent line of 19. And a final angle dimension here should fully define that sketch. So now we're ready to take that geometry, turn it into an extrusion with a height of 20. And now here we can add our counter bore. I know that the ONSHAPE guys always scream at me to add these counter bores with the hole tool, but I'm just gonna add this one manually, doing an extrude and remove to a depth of 5. So that gives me 1/2 of the model, and now I'm ready to take that and mirror it. So we're gonna do a mirror. We're gonna say this is a part mirror using the entire part and using this plane here. And now, to the love of all the ONSHAPE guys, I am gonna add this using the hole command. So 12 diameter, 24 counter bore, 5 depth, and I'm gonna use the mate connector to locate this hole right at the center there. And that should give me everything I need for that part. Looks good to me. We're gonna do an assign material, and we're gonna assign the material of ABS. And now we can click this button down in the lower right and find out that the mass is 183. That's what we were hoping for. So let's stop model 1 and move on to model 2. Here we go, close document. We're gonna create a new document here for model 2. We'll call this 2. And this one is in inches and pounds. So we wanna go into our workspace units and change that to inch and change this to pound. All right, we're cruising here. New sketch on the top plane. I'm gonna create a line here that comes out to the length of the bolt circle, which is 6.5 over 2. And then at the end point of that line, I'm gonna drop a circle with a diameter of 0.410. That's that hole that's gonna be in the middle of that kind of slotted shape. And so now I can create a slot here. I'll pick this edge. I'll go up to offset, but below offset, we've got slot. And I'll double click on this dimension and make it 0.75 for that slot dimension. And now we're ready to jump into an angle dimension. Whoops, looks like that slot didn't take. Let's try that again. Slot, 0.75. Okay, and now we're gonna add an angle dimension here of 45. That sketch is fully defined. Let's extrude that. We'll bring that up to a height of 1.75. And now we're gonna take that shape and perform a circular pattern. That's gonna be a part pattern. So the entire part here is gonna get patterned about this axis. And this is gonna be an add so that everything merges together. And there we go, leaving us with that one single shape. So now we can go to the front plane, begin a sketch, and this one is gonna start out up top here, come over here to the very middle, come up to 0.375, come back this way. I'm gonna just hold my mouse over this line here so that I can get parallel, and we'll just kind of close that off there. So we'll merge these 2 points, coincident, and we're gonna add some dimensions. I'm gonna make a center line in this sketch too, just so that it's a little easier for me to add my diameter dimension here of 5.5 and a height dimension here of 3.5 and a distance to the bottom of this thing with a dimension of 0.75 and a width of this 0.375 and then a final angle here between these two of 10 degrees. So that's that shape. Now we can turn that into a revolve, and that gives us this shape here. And now I'm gonna use a delete face just because I always like it when people use delete face in these runs. So delete this top face and all these faces that are kind of nested on the inside here. Probably a more efficient way for me to select these faces, but that's okay. So we get all those faces and hit the green check mark, and there we go. We've cleared out that internal region. And then I'm gonna pick this face here and choose to begin a new sketch, and that's gonna be a sketch of a circle with a diameter of 1.25. And once again, I missed the origin. There we go, 1.25. And that's gonna get extruded, but not from the original location. It's gonna get extruded from an offset, and that offset distance is 0.5. Let's reverse the direction of that offset. Let's reverse the direction of this, and we can push that up to next. And there we go. And then we can create maybe, we could probably do this as an offset too, but I'm just gonna make a new plane 0.25 below that upper surface because that's gonna give me the perfect location to sketch a rib. So I'm gonna go here to that plane, I'm gonna begin a sketch, and I'm gonna sketch just a line, really simple here, horizontal to the origin. That's all you need, and then you can exit that sketch and jump into the rib command. And this rib is gonna use the option for normal to sketch plane, and that is gonna be at a distance or a width of 0.25. And you have to remember to hit this check mark, extend profiles to part. Now we've got that rib, now we can do another circular pattern, and this is gonna be a feature pattern, and the pattern to feature is gonna be the rib, the axis of the pattern is gonna be this, and then the number of instances will be 3. And now the final feature for this one should be a hole, 0.75, and extrude, remove, through. There we go. That should do it for that one. That one's looking pretty good. So we're gonna right mouse button here. We're gonna say assign material, and we'll make this one out of the material known as plain carbon steel. So now we can do a mass properties on this one, and 9.18, that is correct. So we finished that one. Move on to the next one. And this next one, once again, I'm gonna do a closed document. I'm gonna do a create document. I'll just call this one 3, just to keep things moving along. And for this one, we're going to start out on the right plane. We're going to do a little bit more kind of like layout work and contours on this one. So this one, I'm going to create a lot of the geometry here in this very first sketch. So 66 diameter, 40 internal diameter. I'm going to create this upper shape. And for that upper shape, I'm going to start here right on this edge. I'm going to come up with a line, come around, touch the end point, jump into a tangent arc, give that the radius of 20, come back down here and pick this arc again. And then I'm going to create an additional horizontal line here. So an additional horizontal line, I'm going to create a circle at the center of that arc. That circle is going to have a diameter of 19. The center point of that circle is going to be vertical to the origin, so V to make that vertical. And then I'm going to add a dimension to the center point of that circle, which is 78. But I'm also going to add a dimension here to this lower line, which is going to be that 51 minus 12 for that lower line. So that kind of sets me up with that contour ready to go. And then I'm going to finish off here just by adding a rectangle coming off of the bottom of the circle here. And that rectangle is going to have a width of 36/2. Because that's the radius. And then the depth here is going to be 40 minus 20, so 20. So there we go. That gives us all the geometry we need for the initial layout of that design. Let's jump into an extrude command, but you can just press the space bar to clear your selections. And we're going to choose this region and this region to extrude to a depth of 55 symmetric. Now let's show that sketch. Now we're going to do another extrusion, this time of this region here, with a depth of 72 symmetric. And then we're going to jump into a fillet command, and we're going to make this fillet 16, and that's going to be applied on this edge and this edge. And then we're going to jump into a shell command with a wall thickness of 12, and we're going to remove this face, this face, this face, and the face of the hole. So that takes care of that upper region. Pretty smooth, pretty slick, pretty smooth. Jump into an extrude. This region here is going to get extruded to 38. That's going to be symmetric. It's going to be an add, and we're going to merge that to everything. So that bridges those two. And so that just leaves us with this lower region here. So that will do as a revolve. And for that revolve, we'll pick this region. And remember, you can hold that tilde key to get that kind of internal region if you're having a hard time selecting it. Try that again. There we go. And then the revolve axis for this one is going to be this here, and that's that. And now we just need to add that cut extrude. Try this again. Cut extrude down here, and that is going to be diameter of 18. And we can do that remove up to next. I think that should work. Yes, and that is that. So now we go to our material here. We're going to assign a material. This material is going to be 1060 alloy. And we're going to go to our mass properties of this part. And we come up with 538. And that is correct. And there we go. 1043. Not bad. Yo, speeding up in ONSHAPE. I like it. I like it. So we are on the board. I'm going to post this video, and then once I post the video, I'll go in through the admin tool. I'll approve this run, and I hope that that is helpful to everybody. Good luck on your speed modeling runs. I've really been enjoying watching all of these runs, so thank you all so much for being a part of this, and best of luck to everybody. Let me know if you have any questions.